Hello everyone, I'm Kevin, otherwise known as Forum BX257, here to bring you another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review, and today I'll be taking a look at the 1987 Cobra-La Team 3-pack, featuring Globulus, the Cobra-La ruler, his royal guard, and Nemesis Enforcer. Now, these three characters make their first and only cartoon appearance in the 1987 G.I. Joe animated movie, and they don't make any comic book appearances, well, save for one special instance. Now, Larry Hama, the writer of the G.I. Joe series, was actually very vocal about not including these characters into what he had basically built as the G.I. Joe universe. And these characters clearly did not fit into his idea of that. Now, I do say that there was one instance. Well, in 2008, Hasbro was making comic book 2-packs, and while most of those were reprinted of older comic books, some of them were actually unique comic books. And one of those unique comic books, number 8, featured a brand new Nemesis Enforcer figure. Basically, it was Nemesis Enforcer versus Lieutenant Falcon, something that was actually very appropriate to the 1987 movie. I understand that a lot of people really don't like Cobra-La figures and, well, basically the whole backstory where they sort of retconned how the Cobra Command came to be. I can't really argue with that, but one thing that is very interesting is when you really do read how the file card and even the print, giving the origin of the, well, basically the whole people of Cobra-La, one thing actually really does come to mind, that there really is a true prehistory of early religions with very prominent snake-like people and very prominent sort of man-animal hybrids in the past. It's very interesting that the people who have designed these toys really picked up on that. A sort of cryptobiology, if you will. Taking a look at Globulus first, he comes with a laser gun, the handle is on top, so I guess he fires from the hip. Given the biomechanical nature of Globulus and Cobra-La characters in general, I would have thought that this would be an acid gun, or maybe it's like some type of a poison dart gun. And looking at Globulus's body, here I've cheated a bit and I've put some blue tack on the bottom here because, well, he doesn't really stand very well. The prototype versions of Globulus have actually a very more segmented body. And here what we have instead is a wire, actually a copper wire, running through the snake-like body. But because it's in these bulbs almost, you can't actually get a very good curve out of it. So he winds up being very heavy on front, and obviously this thing isn't very wide enough to compensate for it. Next, I'll take a look at the character with the coolest name, Nemesis Enforcer. And he has this sort of all-over scaliness to him. It's actually a very strange feeling to the hand. He comes with a pair of bat wings, a very nice sculpt, front and back, very rubbery, as bat wings should be. Unfortunately, the way he's characterized in both his file card and in the movie, he should be this big, imposing character, but his sculpt just isn't bulky enough, and his wings are just too small. Another accessory he comes with are these tentacles. Again, they have a back peg on here, and he's often shown in catalogs and even on the
the back of the cards with this on him. But these aren't actually supposed to be for him. They're not supposed to be some type of alternate thing for his wings. They're actually supposed to be capture, sort of a type of capture tentacle. Supposed to put them onto a G.I. Joe and just sort of wrap them around as if he's been captured. And this is the real reason why most collectors pick up the Cobra-La 3-pack. It's for the Royal Guard. He makes an excellent army builder, and is exactly why I'm sort of confused over why Nemesis Enforcer looks so lacking in his presence. Because here we have thick shoulder pads and a raised collar and these thick gauntlets. He looks really impressive and bulky, the way he should. The Royal Guard comes with his battle axe, which is primarily what they used in the movie. The figure also comes with a pistol, and the pistol is, well, it doesn't have the same biomechanical or organic look that the other equipment has. And the figure comes with a removable antenna. Like a lot of G.I. Joe antennas and microphones, this is actually very easily lost. Unfortunately, that's the second reason why the prices on this particular figure are actually sort of driven up. There is a custom reproduction on the aftermarket, and because it's made out of red plastic, it generally tends not to photograph very well. So if you're wondering whether you have an original or a reproduction, just hold it up against the Globulus laser gun, because they're made out of the same plastic. They should match. The antenna has a bulb and a more straighter edge on one side, and that's the side which should go up. In the movie, however, he had a black cape, and one easy customization is to give him Dr. Mindbender's black cape, and now he's a little bit more movie accurate. While Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades were a trio, and thus make perfect sense as a 3-pack of figures, I'm not entirely convinced that Hasbro really thought out the Cobra-La team as a 3-pack. Personally, I would have liked to have seen Globulus and 2 Royal Guards, and thus have maybe Nemesis Enforcer as his own separately carded figure, so that they could give him bigger wings or perhaps a taller sculpt, something tall like the Sergeant Slaughter figure. Another way of doing it would be to have Nemesis Enforcer, a Royal Guard, and Pythona, who was never produced, as their own 3-pack, and have Globulus as his own boxed figure. Sort of a deluxe figure like Zanzibar or Zartan or something like that. He would need a vehicle, but throughout most of the movie, he is actually shown riding a type of floating green pumpkin, which actually opened up to reveal that he had a coiled snake body inside. That would have been a better movie representation of the figure, I think. I don't mean to sound negative for the 3-pack, or any of the Cobra-La team for that matter, as they are very well made toys, but I think their setting would have been better in maybe a fantasy genre. You know, fighting Conan the Barbarian or He-Man. Well, that's all the time I have right now. Thank you for watching my video, and stay tuned for next week to see another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review. See you then!